Welcome to the Wrestling Still Cool podcast. My name's Cam. That's Mark.
Hey, appreciate y'all joining in.
All right, so you can follow us on Twitter at WrestlingSCool and go ahead and take it over for the rest.
For Instagram, it's at Wrestling Still Cool. It's Facebook is Wrestling Still Cool. You have TikTok at Wrestling Still Cool 90, or you can get us on email at WrestlingStillCool@gmail.com.
All right, so this is to go over what happened at the 2021 Royal Rumble.
A hell of a pay-per-view.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one, and it was a longer one because if throughout last year, a lot of the pay-per-views were ending after only like 2.5, and I don't know why I'm saying only, but after about 2.5 hours, things like that. This went well over 4 hours.
Longer show. I was with the amount of what storylines are told and great matches. Of course, the Rumble matches are always entertaining for me, and so I think it's what gave it more time. And obviously, both Rumble matches usually go for at least about an hour or so. Of course, the other matches that took place, so it was they needed a longer time frame in this one.
Right. So, one of the things we'll talk about is a little bit on the pre-show. Now, Mark didn't catch the pre-show, which is fine. I don't usually try to watch it, but I kind of picked up on what WWE likes to do, and that's they like to put a match on the pre-show for some reason. This particular match, and there's actually something else that happened on the pre-show that I want to tell you about. But there's the match that was on the pre-show was Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler against Asuka and Charlotte Flair for the Tag Team Women's Championship. During this, which Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler won, there was still shenanigans from Ric Flair and Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans, you hear Ric Flair's music. He comes out, pauses, points to the back, and here comes Lacey Evans wearing the robe that Charlotte wore when she first started wearing the robes to the ring. It was a purple one. She comes out, and they go around the outside, distract Charlotte. At one point, Ric Flair gives Lacey Evans the something to put on her fist to hit Charlotte with what they called a loaded women's right. As she does that, Charlotte drops. Nia Jax bounces off the ropes, drops the leg across the back of Charlotte's head, pins her, and Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax won. One of the things that we did talk about in the last one is I kind of lean towards the titles being changed. I didn't think there were going to be shenanigans, but I thought the titles would be changed because for me, I guess, with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, they're more the interesting tag team. Yeah, Asuka and Charlotte Flair are both great competitors in their own right, and honestly, so is Shayna Baszler. But the what they like to call strange bedfellows like Kane and Daniel Bryan that they got going on with Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler just seems more interesting.
Yeah.
And they did further the storyline between Ric Flair, Lacey Evans, and Charlotte Flair. The other thing that happened on the pre-show is our boy R-Truth. He comes out because they got a panel. I think it's Carly Caruso. Please forgive me if that's wrong. But it's Carly Caruso. It's Charlie Caruso, Jerry Lawler, Booker T, JBL, Paul Rosenberg, and Sonya Deville. R-Truth walks behind Paul Rosenberg dressed in like a hunter's outfit. And like,
that's Peter Rosenberg.
Oh, I'm sorry. Paul Rosenberg is from. Oh man, Paul Rosenberg is Eminem's agent. Oh, oops. So Peter Rosenberg.
I would have known that, but that's all good.
I'm so used to because he does skits on the album. He goes, "AM, this is Paul." Blah blah blah. And now I'm wondering if Peter and Paul are related. Anyway, he comes up in a hunter's outfit, and he goes, "Where is he? Where is he?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "Why are you dressed like a hunter?" He goes, "I'm hunting wabbits." Where is Bad Bunny? And they're like, That's a rapper. So like you're trying to get him to walk away. He's like still questioning wherever it is. And Peter Rosenberg goes, "Hey, truth. John Cena's over there." He goes, "What?" He goes, "John Cena, your childhood hero, is right over there." And he gets up and like looks in the area. Peter Rosenberg, I'm going to keep calling him Paul. Peter Rosenberg low blows R-Truth, rolls him up, and becomes the 24/7 champion.
Okay, I seen that part. I walked away to go to the bathroom. I came back. I thought that was just like an intermission in the pay-per-view. So that was happening pre-show then.
Yeah, that happened in the pre-show, and it was loading. That was the last thing that happened on the pre-show before they go into the regular show.
Okay, they must have shown that.
I think they did. I think they did.
I saw that for a moment. I didn't see a whole lot going into it, but I saw that for a moment going into it. I walked away, like I said, to the bathroom. Gotta go. But it was a shock that obviously that's the worst thing that happened. Period. Of course, I heard Corey Graves saying basically that David, Someone help me out here. The actor, Dave Arquette.
Oh, Arquette, yeah.
He said, "Well, he's off the hook now. He won a world title years ago."
Yeah.
But
because that happened right, and it led into because the first match was Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg.
Yeah, I was a touch surprised that it was the first match.
Oh, I was too. Mainly because it's okay when that happened. I said, "Oh, if this is the first match, that means Goldberg's going to win this." Great. They want to leave on a high note, so they're not gonna have that be first, or it'd be the last thing. People are upset. But Goldberg came out, and that was a weird thing. He was not wearing his normal gear. He was wearing like fighting shorts, kind of like what Brock Lesnar does.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. I was like, okay, you gotta change your ring attire on this one.
Yeah, and this match was short because it's Goldberg. What do you expect?
Yeah. I said on our last show we did for the picks, and like obviously we both know, as everybody else knows, that it's going to last within 10 minutes.
Yeah. I actually thought Drew might carry it a little bit longer. I'm looking at the results, and it's saying 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I actually was leaning towards it being closer to 6 minutes, but
that seemed longer than 2 minutes 13 seconds.
No, not 13, 30. Like it was 2.5 minutes.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would have thought. I think it seemed like it lasted longer than that. Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. But either way, Drew McIntyre kept the title, which honestly I'm delighted to see because that to me is a passing of the torch from Goldberg to Drew McIntyre.
It was much needed for Drew to win that title. Once again, retaining the title. Much more important. There's no reason for Goldberg to take that title. You guys said pass the torch right there. You go. Yeah,
because now Drew can carry on the like a powerhouse, but like what's the word I'm looking for? Just an overall like destroyer, and now it's Drew.
The ultimate one, I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, with the fact that Drew has slain both now Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, and
the Big Show.
I mean,
yeah, I
know. I'm pretty sure Rey Mysterio beat Big Show at one point. And I could be,
but let's have to throw that one in there since he's a big guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, WWE has diminished the returns on Big Show over the years, and so I'm not trying to pick on the guy. It's just he's not at all who he was before.
Also, I thought that ending last year at WrestleMania was not necessary. It was just kind of out of the blue and gets kind of weird. What they had.
Which one?
Show. Last year's ending of WrestleMania where that Big Show faced Drew McIntyre for the title.
Oh yeah.
I thought I was. Well, why are we doing this? He just won the title. Why are we? I thought it was not.
I think it was just to promote the TV show that Big Show was doing on Netflix.
I got you. This was not the right moment for it, but
of course not. But pretty good deal. The next one ended up being Sasha Banks versus Carmella. I still don't like Carmella as a character at all.
She's cute, but that's all I can say.
She does decent ring wise, but I don't know. I don't have a favorable opinion of her.
I think she needs more development of the character and what she's doing, and I mean she's got a good ballet or manager, whatever, sidekick. Whatever his name is right now, I can't think of his name.
I can only know him as Reginald, and I'm the weird part is
Reginald.
I recognize him, but I don't know from where.
I don't recognize him.
Which leads me to believe he might be from NXT, honestly.
Very well, probably is, honestly. Or at least he's from development, but he may have been on NXT for a short period of time.
Yeah, he looks familiar, and I can't place where. But this was a decent match. They kind of got into a thing where they're passing or changing into different submissions periodically. It was a pretty decent back and forth. I don't like necessarily Carmella's finisher, or not finisher, but her submission finisher, the Code of Silence. I'm not too big into that. It seems like a weird submission to get into in the first place. But
I got to think back on what the submission even is right now. But
it's the one where she locks her legs around the neck and holds it with one arm while propping herself up with the other arm, and then the opponent's kind of leaning face down, prone, with in between the legs. It just looks weird.
I only watch her so much. I mean, I said she's nice to look at. She does good promos. Other than that, it's never been too much in her in. I mean, she's already in the ring, but just never really got overly involved, overly invested into her.
Yeah, no, I get you, but I'm just saying that's my opinion of that. Yeah. But Sasha retained because as Michael Cole, it's boss time, like Michael Cole likes to say. Immediately after this, we went into Bianca Belair, but the 30-woman Royal Rumble match. So the participants ended up being, and these are going to be numerical order as they came in. Bayley, Naomi returned. To Feel the Glow. Bianca Belair, Billie Kay. Billie Kay, you got to give her a lot of credit for trying to keep the entertainment side of it going during that whole thing, where she even sat by the announcers on the mic for a bit. Shotzi Blackheart from NXT. We all knew there was going to be a few people from NXT showing up.
I like Shotzi.
Yeah. Shayna Baszler, Toni Storm. Now, this next one. Anyone that's watched the Ruthless Aggression era knows this name. Jillian Hall.
Yeah.
I kind of
singer.
Yeah, I forgot about her. When I heard her come over the intercom, I'm like, who the hell is this again? And they said Jillian Hall. I'm like, oh, yeah, the fake Britney Spears. Okay.
She's a phenomenal singer, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Work on a collaboration with her. Ruby Riott, Victoria. If you guys didn't watch it back in, again, the Ruthless Aggression era, you might know her as Tara from TNA. Peyton Royce, Santana Garrett, which I don't recognize her. I watch NXT and I don't recognize her.
No, but she looked good though.
Yep. Liv Morgan from the Riot Squad again. So you had a couple tag teams in here. Rhea Ripley, which that was good to see Rhea Ripley come back, especially with her. She had kind of a rough year last year after the match with Charlotte and subsequently losing the NXT Women's title to Charlotte. Charlotte Flair, Dana Brooke,